Hello, welcome to the tutorial of Bitbucket. Bitbucket is a Git-based code hosting and collaboration tool built for teams. It is designed to bring the entire software team together to execute on a project. Well, in Bitbucket, we put our code at one place, that is, we called it as a repository where the whole team collaborate on code. Team build quality code through automated testing and also can deploy their code with confidence. Let's look at some of the hosting options that we have in Bitbucket. Well, we have three hosting options in Bitbucket: server, cloud, and data center. In server, we can host Bitbucket on an in-house server. In cloud, we can host Bitbucket as a service. Well, in data center, we have cluster of server, but we have a single server where we can access as a Bitbucket. Well, there are some of the key terms that we need to know before we start on Bitbucket. The first one that we have is a branch. Well, a branch represents an independent line of development where we can create a branch or we can access an existing branch in a repo to edit, to stage, and to commit all our processes. All the new commits are recorded in the history of the current branch. The another term that we have is fork. Well, in fork, we want some of our team to work on a private local project while the other team can have the access of the public repository that we have on the server side. So we can create a fork of that repository where a private local repository can be used by some of the users and there's a separate public repository that is accessible to all the other users. Another we have is pipelines. Well, Bitbucket Pipelines is an integrated CI/CD service. Well, it's a continuous integration and continuous development service. It is built in Bitbucket. Well, this service allows to automatically build, test, and even help to deploy your code based on configuration file in your repository. Here we have a separate configuration file in our repository using which we can automatically build, we can also test and deploy our code in Bitbucket. Another term that we have is a project. So what's a Bitbucket project? Well, in a Bitbucket project, we have many repositories. That is why it is also a container for repositories. Well, project make it easier for team to focus on a goal, on a product or process by organizing your repository into projects. We have two access on project. It could be a public or private. It totally depends on the settings that we have used based on our configuration. Another term that we have in Bitbucket is pull request. Well, pull requests are a feature that makes it easier for developers to collaborate using Bitbucket. Whenever a user commits code, he always added a pull request to merge the code from his own branch to the master branch. This is how you can define a pull request.